Okay. There we go. Tweeted it. We should be live shortly. Says we're live. There we go. Hello, nobody on Twitch. I guess the main reason I like to do live shows is kind of an homage to that Gamer Hub, who always did awesome live shows. I miss those guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got 801, so let's do it. Hello! This is episode 69 of Hbomb Friends. I'm Harold, the Hbomb Price, and joining me from Mustache Gamers, Tyler Treese.
It's always a pleasure to be on, especially on such a milestone show as episode 69, because this is going to be something special. Sit in, relax, and maybe get out some toys, because it's going to get fun.
Okay, so you know what comes next?
Oh, it's my favorite.
It's been a while. It's been a while, but what's up? Okay, you got a short list, and 3 games I have not played or even heard much about. So go right ahead.
All right, I got some hot games for episode 69. I've been playing Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures. This just came out on the Wii U.
Of all places.
It came out a few years ago on PC, I think like 2012, 2013, but it's just now hitting the eShop. And I reviewed this earlier this week. I think I gave it like a 85 out of 100, something like that. But it's a pretty good game. It's an old school like run and gun platformer, kind of like Mega Man. And what makes it such a sexy game is it has a level based off the Atari game Beat 'em and Eat 'em, which was a old school pornographic video game. And this has a whole level parodying that. It's just like
totally perfect to talk on episode 69.
Yeah, I bring the sexy. You know this, Harold. This is why you had me on, because I bring the sexy to the people. And the whole level, you're avoiding like dicks that pop out of the ground. And
they allowed this game on Wii U?
I know, it's awesome. And like, it's so dirty. There's just naked strippers and stuff all the time. And it's quite the game. And then the final boss is the from the Custard's Revenge game. So yeah, it's quite the event in Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures. But if you like AVGN or just want to play something that references a bunch of old games, I say it's worth checking out. Or if you just like sexy stuff, and this game brings the sexy. I've also been playing Tilelicious Delicious Tiles. This comes out on Thursday on the Wii U eShop. It basically plays like Threes, the popular iOS game.
I love Threes.
But you're matching together different tiles, and then they kind of build upon each other. And it's all different kinds of food, so that's what makes it so delicious.
Yeah, Threes was my number 2 game that was not Nintendo or Harmonix. so that's saying something.
So while this isn't like sexy porn, this is like food porn, because you're matching together like different types of cookies and like sexy food that makes your mouth water. So Tilelicious, very sexy game. I haven't played too much of it yet, so I don't know how much I'll like it at the end result. But I played through a couple stages. It's stage based instead of like going for a high score. So you just have to like beat each level, and then it changes out the tiles to different foods. So I've been enjoying it so far. But very very sexy if you like food, and I like food. And then finally, I've been playing Stealth Inc. 2, which just came out on Xbox One and PS4. It came out on Wii U last year.
I did play a little bit of the first one. It was a PlayStation Plus freebie. Or maybe it was just on sale and it looked kind of cool, but I wasn't overwhelmed or anything.
That was the same way I was with the first game. I bought it for the Vita, and I played about like a couple levels in it. I was like, okay, this is doing some neat stuff, but it didn't really grab me. I got the review assignment to do Stealthing 2 on the Xbox, and I'm like, okay, first game was kind of neat. I sat down the one night to begin it. I was like, I'll play for like 30 minutes and then I'll go to bed. And I was up till like 4 a.m. then. I played the game for like 6 straight hours because like Stealthing 2 is just so much better than the first game. They basically took everything that was neat about the first game, refined it, made it just such a smooth experience. The difficulty curve is done perfectly in this game. And then they added this really cool Metroidvania style overworld. So instead of just going from level to level, you have to actually reach the individual test chambers. And it's not gonna rival Axiom Verge as like a Metroidvania style game, but you do have this overworld that fleshes out. Yeah, that fleshes out the whole thing, and it makes it a much better stealth game, and it's a really phenomenal game. So tell me about Axiom Verge, Harold.
Actually, I think it was last week when I played this, and I just forgot to talk about it, but it's a Metroid-ass Metroid game. I don't even like the term Metroidvania because, I mean, Castlevania didn't originally use that mechanic. They ripped it off of Metroid.
Yeah, very true.
But yeah, this, of all those Metroid wannabes, this is probably the most Metroid game since the last Metroid. And probably even... and then again, the last few Metroid games weren't even that much Metroid.
Yeah, we haven't had a 2D one since like
Fusion.
Like Fusion. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. And we'll be talking more on Metroid later.
Oh, very true.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't get too far into it, but this is very Metroid. This is probably the best Metroid game we've had in years.
Yeah, I haven't played the retail release, but I played a few minutes at E3 last year, and it looked like it was really impressive visually. Like they have like it looks kind of like a SNES game would, but there's so many extra effects and stuff where it really does show off some of the extra power of the device it's on, and it really just captured that essence of a Metroid game. Like it's just gorgeous.
Okay. On top of that, I played some Rock Band 3. Yeah.
I can't believe that. I'm shocked.
I actually picked up some of this DLC that was on sale last week.
Okay, I'm legitimately surprised you didn't already own all the DLC.
I don't own all the DLC.
Now you do.
I still don't own all the DLC. But I did pick up the Ozzy Osbourne and 9 Inch Nails that were on sale.
There you go.
I already had the other 2 packs that were on sale. As well as Blitz and the digital version of Rock Band 3. But yeah, although I didn't actually get a chance to play the tracks I downloaded, the new. I actually went back into the I forget what it was, the campaign mode. I forget the name of it, but I actually played a little bit in there. Hadn't done that in a while. And of course, part of that is, in addition to normal play, there's also kind of a meta game when you're trying to earn, in addition to the stars, trying to earn spades, where whether it's deploying overdrive or just getting sections of a song perfect. Pokemon Shuffle and Pokemon Rumble World. Pokemon free-to-play goodness.
I
Goodness in
gotta say,
quotations.
I played a little bit of both of these too, and I really dig both of them. Like
Yeah.
they're doing free to play in the
Yeah,
right
and
way.
they just added a whole bunch of stuff to shuffle.
Yeah, I heard that. I haven't checked it out yet,
Yeah.
but I did hear they've been adding content, which is really
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I had gotten to essentially what was the end of the game, and then they added another 15 levels, so I got to the end of that game, and they've added I don't know how many, probably another 15 levels.
Oh wow! See, I'm only at like level 15 or so. You
I'm at I think I'm now at 167, I believe.
Oh my god! Seeing there's going to be as many levels as there are Pokemon, man.
Eh. Well, considering the structure of the game, I couldn't imagine there'd be more.
that is true.
But yeah, Rumble World was. I actually kind of like the Rumble games, but not enough to keep playing them. They were a brief little diversion.
Yeah,
and of course, the last one was the one on Wii U with those pre-amiibo crap.
Yeah, I have some of those.
Me too. Some of them are broken.
I don't have the game, but I do have some of the figurines.
I actually have the box that they were selling the stuff in because I wound up buying the last of GameStop stock.
Good job.
But yeah, some of the stuff some of the other stuff, I've been, Saturday I actually got something interesting in the mail. And probably the first time since I've been on my own anyway. I think maybe once when I was a kid there was something, but first time I remember ever getting something that was postage due.
Huh.
So yeah, it was from folks at Fantastic Neighborhood. They actually had some custom Cards Against Humanity cards made up. So they sent me 2 sets of their 3 cards. The cards are actually it's about blank in gaming journalism.
Oh god.
Hashtag Gamergate and social justice warriors. And yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, you probably saw me showing them off on Saturday. The gaming ethics and gaming journalism actually went really well with the Harold Price's butt card. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I used the Gamergate one with some card about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. But yeah, so Fred Earhart owes me 21 cents.
Jeez, they sent you those cards but could not do postage correctly. Come on, people.
So also been watching some interesting stuff. Co-op. First new episode of Co-op in almost 5 years. Part of the stretch goals of their Kickstarter for Outer Lands, which they actually started doing live streams. I actually missed it on Friday. I haven't had a chance to check out the replay on Vimeo, but yeah, I did back that. But I really liked Co-op. Did you ever watch it?
I have no clue what Co-op is.
Area 5, the former 1UP show guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, their first episode of Co-op, episode 501, was about GDC, and really the only two games. Actually, there were a couple I had heard of, but the two games I knew the best they did was Axiom Verge and Tumblestone, which Tumblestone I talked about that a couple weeks ago on when I finally got around to doing a post-PAX episode. So yeah, and they seemed really hype about that, which is good because I really enjoyed it at PAX. But yeah, it was good to see those guys back. I mean, Ryan O'Donnell has lost a lot of weight since the previous run of Co-op. Tabletop Deathmatch. Do you know what this is?
I've heard stuff about it, but
this is a web series documentary contest that the folks at Cards Against Humanity did. Filmed by the folks at Loading Ready Run.
Yeah, I looked at some of the. I think it was like the finalists.
I think since Saturday, I kind of sort of marathoned season 1 and season 2. Today, the season 2 finale was posted. A little bit of spoilers. I'm not going to reveal the result here, but of course there were. I really like the change of format from season 1 to season 2. Going from 16 finalists down to 8 and doing one show just talking about the game and its developers, including a playtest with some special guests, and then that game get another episode, just the judges talking about it, asking about it, playing it. That, and I like the fact that they streamlined down their judges panel too, because there were just a lot of voices, a lot of people in the judges room in season 1. But I mean, and I mentioned some of the guest playtesters. They even had a couple of the previous finalists from season 1, including both winners. Spoiler: there were two winners in season 1. But yeah, kind of spoilers of the games. The 3 they narrowed it down to. The one I liked the least of those 3 wound up winning.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I mean, I would so totally get the other 2 on if they were to go on Kickstarter or something. But the one that won, and the prize was that Cards Against Humanity was going to pay for their first printing, booth at Gen Con, some prize money, some placement, and everybody on there came up with some pretty cool ideas, some pretty cool games, and there pretty much there were no losers on this show. They were all games that could be worked out and sold.
That's good. It's kind of like being on this show, Harold. Because there are no losers.
I don't know. I'm on here.
Just sexy time.
Okay, and finally, one thing I normally do shout outs at the end of the show, but Retro Nick Radio had an interesting episode on Sunday night. They had this guy, something Kennedy, I want to say Mike Kennedy. If Nick's listening, he'll probably correct me. I know he posted my link, but he's with Retro Magazine, but he's also working on a new hardware system, which is just essentially the old shell, using the shell, the old Atari Jaguar, creating a new cartridge-based system for retro-styled indie games. I didn't get it.
That sounds really interesting.
In theory, yes. I don't see it taking off. I mean...
Oh, no. Obviously.
I think this is Ouya land.
Oh, this is like a fraction of Ouya. This is like a tenth of an Ouya. But it's kind of interesting in theory, but I don't know who would buy that.
Yeah, I was like, man, this really, if this guy thinks this platform's gonna succeed. I think the thing with the current market of indie games is they don't have to get on shelves. They don't have to get a cartridge or a disc pressed. That they could just go on a platform. I mean, that's actually one of the things that made Ouya intriguing, because that was a platform where you could easily get on.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I would imagine the criteria to get on there, really friendly, but you still have the cost of making these cartridges. Okay, so now that we've wasted 20 minutes, Guitar Hero Live was announced today.
It was.
And you know what? I am whelmed. I mean, I was thinking this announcement was going to go and I wasn't going to give a shit. I kind of give a shit.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested too. It seems like they're doing some like ambitious stuff with this game, and it just seems kind of crazy all around. From the
the FMV is kind of odd, but it's kind of cool. It's a different take and gone away from the cartooniness, all the larger-than-life characters. Although I am going to miss Lars Umlaut.
I just really hope that that one of the levels, one of the songs, one of the FMV videos is just Sewer Shark. Like, I hope they license a bunch of the old Sega CD games.
Night Trap. Night Trap Hero.
Play guitar while Night Trap plays. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the buttons, that's interesting. And we were talking about this a little bit before the show, with Rock Band, kind of, with at least what they've announced so far, that they're kind of sticking to what they've been doing.
Which makes sense.
For the last several years, but yeah. But Rock Band, or Guitar Hero, going off new direction with the FMV, the first-person view, which I don't hate.
Yeah, I dig it. And then you have the new controller.
Yeah, with the...
It's a different game.
6 buttons, but it's 3 pairs. I believe it was Joe Foreman on Twitter mentioning don't have to worry about shifting with the 5 buttons like you do at Rock Band. And yet, towards right before Rock Band 3, some of the late Rock Band 2 DLC, even on easy, they make you do all 5 buttons.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
Yeah. Which made it a little tricky. Used to be on easy, you just have 3 buttons, and then medium would add the blue button.
Yeah.
But yeah, but since late Rock Band 2 DLC, they including the Rock Band Network stuff, which I think may have been part of it. Um, but I want to try it. I am not committing. I am not pre-ordering. Although if I do get it, I am leaning towards PS4 because of no prior commitments. Whereas with Rock Band 4, I'm kind of locked in on Xbone.
Yeah, because you do have literally all the DLC.
Not literally all the DLC. I mean, I'm sure both my guests from last week's show have more than I do. I mean, I know Colin has a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the whole Rock Band TV, or Guitar Hero TV, sorry. Yeah, see, we're getting all these franchises mixed up with your essentially they're turning it into SingStar. Where you're playing over a music video. It's SingStar! It's Lips!
I'm kind of shocked this is like just now happening because I would have assumed like this. I'm shocked this didn't happen when Rock Band and Guitar Hero were at their peak.
Nah.
Like using the music videos.
No, I mean SingStar did that. Lips did that. But yeah, it's promising. I mean, the $100 price tag is making me a little reluctant, but and this is kind of on my top 5 most anticipated by default, but will get instantly knocked off the second Squeenix announces a localization of Theater Rhythm Dragon Quest.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy if somebody told me like a couple years ago that hey, in 2015, Rock Band and Guitar Hero is coming out. They'll make a comeback, and one game will kind of be like the old games and not really try anything crazy, and then the other game's going to do all this stuff that's possibly innovative. I would have been okay. Obviously, Harmonix is going to be the one doing the crazy stuff. And no, it's Activision.
Well, we haven't seen Rock Band 4 yet. We have actually seen more of Guitar Hero Live than we have Rock Band 4.
What if Rock Band 4 is also FMV? What if the FMV future is imminent?
No!
What if it's just Eric Pope dancing? And that's all Rock Band 4 is. There's a close-up of Eric Pope's sideburns to make it really sexy.
That's crazy. Now save that for the next Dance Central. Although I have a theory that Eric Pope is the original Duke of Gravity.
That is true.
But yeah, Guitar Hero Live. It's intriguing. I can't wait to hear more of the set list. I want to see more of this. But it's not must buy yet.
Yeah, it's probably more interesting to me than the new Rock Band, but I have a feeling the new Rock Band is going to be a better game overall.
Well, the thing is, we're further removed from Guitar Hero than we are Rock Band, because
you've never been removed from Rock Band, Harold.
What I'm saying is we had DLC for Rock Band clear up through 2013. Whereas DLC for Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock kind of fizzled out like a few months into 2011.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had like an additional 2 months of DLC for Rock Band, not to mention Blitz, since we've had the last Guitar Hero.
Yeah, very true.
So let's move on. This was actually a question I had posted for a show we were going to do last week, and then we didn't do that show last week. We just did the Rock Band show. Video game franchises. There are some franchises out there that just haven't gotten the respect from its franchise holder. Some been mistreated, neglected. And we're going to start off with Amiibo. Yes, I know it hasn't been out as long as some of these other franchises, but you know what? They kind of fumbled this one from the start. I mean,
my God, did they? Yes. This has been a train wreck from the get-go.
Yeah, and especially this latest wave, which I still haven't been able to pre-order.
It's not getting better.
It's getting worse. I mean, we don't even have that port strike to blame anymore.
It's amazing. I don't know how Nintendo manages.
I mean, is this a Nintendo problem? I mean, Nintendo is actually blaming retailers publicly.
Nintendo's so full of shit right now.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. It's just dirty all around now, because now the functionality that they're adding to the games seems like they're just like cutting stuff out of the game and then saying, "Hey, you got to get an amiibo to access that."
I think now I'm putting this number 3 in my top 5. Yeah, we're each coming up with a top 5.
Yes, and Yoshi's Woolly World, for example, you can't have another character on screen in single player unless you put the amiibo down. Like that. When I played that game, it seemed like 2 Yoshis was kind of like a big deal, a big part of it. So like, I can't even imagine like not having that second Yoshi there. And they're saying you have to have a Yoshi amiibo now to access that. And that's
or a second player.
Yeah, or a second player. But I don't know. It just seems like something that's core to the game. And then they're like, well, you need an amiibo if you don't have a second player.
Yeah. Okay. Banjo-Kazooie.
I will argue against this. I don't feel like Banjo-Kazooie has been mistreated by Microsoft.
Well, maybe it's been neglected.
But fans did not buy nuts and bolts, so they showed they weren't interested in the series. Like, I feel like that's the issue.
Yeah, I mean, but those fans are still out there, and maybe Nuts and Bolts wasn't the kind of game that Banjo-Kazooie fans wanted.
Well, you know what? Those fans suck, because Nuts and Bolts is awesome.
But, you know, to tell you the truth, I haven't played any Banjo-Kazooie games. I know that I do know quite a few fans out there, like Alex O'Neill from Irrational Passions, huge Banjo-Kazooie fan. I mean, and there's... I caught a video from Nintendo Life talking about potential Smash Brothers fighters, and one of the ones that came up a lot was Banjo-Kazooie.
So here's my thoughts on Banjo-Kazooie. The N64 games, they were fun. They were like decent 3D or good 3D platformers. But I don't get, like, some people put them on a big pedestal.
I know. I think Rare as a whole has been disrespected by Microsoft. And I don't think that's limited to Banjo-Kazooie.
I feel like Rare did their best work under Microsoft. Like, this is kind of like a controversial opinion here, but I would take Viva Pinata over any other game.
Yeah, but I mean that's a post-Nintendo franchise. I mean, I'm talking about the stuff they brought over from the Nintendo era, like Banjo-Kazooie, like Battletoads, Killer Instinct.
Although, can we agree that Battletoads on the Super Nintendo were kind of terrible?
I never played Battletoads. That's why Battletoads didn't come up on the list.
People have love for Battletoads because it's a bad game.
Yeah. Okay. Burnout.
This is definitely on my list. This saddens me. I loved Burnout.
I mean, at least Criterion's Need for Speed games have kind of had a spirit spiritual successor. Although I admit I was kind of late arrival on the Burnout franchise. But Burnout Paradise was freaking awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, gotta be one of my favorite games of the last generation. One of my favorite games that is Rock Band from the last generation.
One of the Burnout games that was for the PSP. On its soundtrack, it had 6 different versions of "Girlfriend" by Avril Lavigne, and each version was in a different language. So it would just have Avril Lavigne singing "Girlfriend" in like Mandarin, Chinese Mandarin, and it was amazing. It was my favorite soundtrack to anything ever. I just wanted to throw that out there. So if you can find all these versions on YouTube too. I was listening to them a couple nights ago.
I think we might have to make the Mandarin version of "Girlfriend" our outro now.
There you go. Some good stuff.
Call of Duty.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're kind of just keep on going with what they're doing. I don't know.
I mean, my biggest thing, and I'm not a fan of the franchise. I just want to know they're running it into the ground. Essentially, it's what they did to Tony Hawk, what they did to Guitar Hero, and we're going to talk about more later.
I'd say Assassin's Creed is more guilty of this than.
Yeah, but you want to talk about Assassin's Creed?
I think most Assassin's Creed games suck, so I'm not really like the person to talk about. I really liked Black Flag because you could be a pirate, and sexy pirates, all about the booty and stuff. And but the rest of the games kind of suck. I played Unity for the first time over the weekend, and I was not impressed. It's really pretty though.
Okay. Yeah, I'll write in Assassin's Creed on this list. Sorry, Evan.
You know what? While I'm ranting about series here, I want to just tell Capcom that they should treat Ace Attorney with some respect, by which I mean they should bring over Ace Attorney investigations too, because this has been my goal for about like 5-6 years now.
Okay.
Ever since that game came out.
Okay. So, we can talk about that.
Please. Even at E3 last year, I was bugging the poor Capcom representative who probably has doesn't even work for the company, and I was like, hey, they were showing off the Ace Attorney trilogy, and I was like, you know what would make this trilogy better? If they had Ace Attorney investigations too. So I don't know. Yeah. Please bring that over so I can.
Yeah, there's a franchise that coming up that I'm that way about, but before that, Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, Crash is really bad. I just wrote up a retrospective on Naughty Dog, which probably be up in the next week or so. And so I was looking at all these Crash games, and it really made me sad because these games are so fun. And then they, I
mean, the thing is, of course, Activision owns Crash Bandicoot as well as Spyro, which these two franchises have crossed before. So they resurrected Spyro with Skylanders, and Crash got nothing.
Why isn't Crash a part of Skylanders?
Yeah.
Have they not made that figure yet?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not overly passionate about Crash either.
A lot of people think Crash was sold by Sony, but Sony actually never owned Crash Bandicoot. It was always a Universal Vivendi,
which
was bought out by Activision.
Or actually, I think
merged.
They bought Activision, or they merged, or something.
Yeah, well, however that went down. Mm-hmm. But that's just, some people are like, man, Sony should have never sold them. Well, that was never their franchise.
Okay.
But
okay, Dragon Quest.
Yeah, this is just. Square Enix will not bring these games out stateside, and that.
This is my number one right now. I already complained once this show about lack of a localization info for Theater Rhythm Dragon Quest, which Matt tells me is pretty good. He imported it. But yeah, not only that, Well, I mean, back when the franchise was still in the SNES era, neither of the Super Famicom titles made it here originally. And it took years before they got a US version when finally got them on the DS. And of course, did 7 actually come out here?
The 3DS version, or
Well, the 3DS version still hasn't come out here, but I mean the original PlayStation version.
oh yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
But I mean, 8. I have played. I got my foot wet with 8.
Ooh, sounds sad.
But 8 and 9, I didn't really like the direction 9 went, and I really don't like the direction that they kind of went with 10, which doesn't make me nearly as sad that 10 hasn't gotten here yet.
Yeah, now it's an MMO, and there's all these spin-offs where they're like Pokemon and crazy stuff now.
Yeah, I mean, I did love the Dragon Quest Monster series. I mean, yeah, when I played, I think it was still called Dragon Warrior Monsters, or maybe not, but I played, maybe it was Dragon. But either way, that was when I played that back when I was in college. That was like the first game in the series I had played in years, and it felt just like coming home. But yeah, Dragon Quest, right now my number 1. Final Fantasy. I mean, Final Fantasy kind of goes in the same category as Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed, where they're running it into the ground.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're a fan of mobile games, they got you covered, though.
Yeah. But yeah, they're just doing too much and not the right Final Fantasy games, in my opinion. Really, I mean, personally, I think that whole franchise went downhill post SNES.
Oh, agreed.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Really
yes, 7 was beautiful in the day. I never actually played it myself. I've seen it played, but my favorite of the series is 4.
Yeah, 4 is a hell of a game.
Yeah. But right now, I'll go ahead and pencil in Final Fantasy as my number 4 on the list. Guitar Hero. Again, Activision running franchises into the ground. And yeah, Guitar Hero and Rock Band both got into the mistake of just not even just annualized releases, but spin-offs. Although I do love me Lego Rock Band.
Yeah, like stuff like Lego Rock Band Green Day. Like I'm sorry, but who's asking for those games?
I mean, that's the thing. I mean,
I
just in the Rock Band franchise alone, you had 2 consecutive years with 2 different releases. And that was the lighter offender of the 2, with shoveling out not just Metallica and Van Halen, but also Band Hero.
Yeah, and then like also Rock Band had all those like track packs that were taking up retail space too.
Yeah, which was kind of appealing to the folks who maybe didn't have the best of internet connections to download DLC, plus the Wii folks.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the Wii version of Rock Band 1 did not support DLC. So that was the only way to play additional tracks until Rock Band 2. But going back to Guitar Hero, I mean, they just released too many games in too short of a time. And it bit them in the butt. And
yeah, oversaturation and the economy was down, and that just
And I just feel that it wasn't quite the product that Rock Band was. I never played the first two Guitar Heroes, the ones that Harmonix made.
Shame on you, Harold.
Hey, I didn't have a PS2. I mean, my first Guitar Hero was 3.
Yeah, but 2 came out on 360, Harold.
I didn't have a 360 either. I mean, for a while, I had just a Wii.
Okay, that makes sense then. You get a pass this time.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and move Amiibo up to Tube, Pencil and Guitar Hero at 3. Ice Climber. Okay, this is on pick, but they got kicked out of Smash Brothers.
I'll say this: I feel like they've handled Ice Climbers perfectly by totally ignoring them.
Okay, Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega Man saddens me. Yeah. I like those games,
and I really like what they. I don't have strong affinity towards Mega Man, but I really like what they did with 9 and 10.
Yeah, it's. See, this is the opposite.
And back during the early CBG days, I thought that maybe this was going to maybe spark a trend of demakes of popular franchises, and it just never happened. Although the whole faux retro movement in the indie games circle has gone through the roof. So much that somebody actually wants to make a console around it. Call back! Okay, but yeah, I mean...
Mega Man's interesting because it's the opposite of what, like, Activision has done.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not that they're making bad games, they're just not making games.
Yeah, I mean, when's the last Mega Man game we got? Offshoot, either Mainline or Offshoot. It's been a while.
Mega Man X Street Fighter.
An official.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Anyway, Metal Gear. And mainly this is just my excuse to talk about all the Kojima bullshit.
Man, he deserves better than to be like treated this way. Like, without him, like Konami's not shit without Kojima right now. Like,
I mean, right now Metal Gear is their main franchise.
Yeah, because they've fucked up Castlevania. They've Silent Hill has been kind of like an irrelevant mess until PT came around. And, you know, like, Metal Gear is their baby.
PT is shit.
I know you didn't like PT. But, but that got people's attention, and, like, Silent Hill has never been more relevant than it was, like, after PT came out. And then, you know, Konami's throwing it all away.
Yeah. I mean, I thought this was a good franchise to talk, but, you know, it's not one I have a lot of affinity for. But yeah, I think what they've done with Kojima, whatever's happening, he doesn't deserve it. He's made the franchise relevant. He's made Konami relevant.
Like taking his name off the box. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't. That really rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah,
it's like a creator deserves to have his name on the box.
Personally, the last Konami game I cared about was Dance Dance Revolution. No, sorry, Karaoke Revolution, which they made with Harmonix.
You got the CMT edition, right?
Nope. I don't like country music.
Harold, don't lie. You bought it.
No. I actually only own one of the Harmonix Karaoke Revolutions, and that was Karaoke Revolution Party for the GameCube.
I don't believe you, Harold. I feel like you have CMT Karaoke Revolution somewhere.
I feel somebody's going to ask for my address and send it to me. Although the Fantastic Neighborhood guys already have my address.
Yeah, they'll send it to you, but you'll have to pay for postage.
Metroid.
Yeah, this is another case like Mega Man where the series just isn't really used that much.
But I think it was also taken in the wrong direction. I mean, I didn't really play Prime, but I think the first person, I think that takes away the verticality, which was one of the big things about Metroid.
Yeah, I'm not a big Metroid Prime guy. But I haven't really played much of them, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
But I never got into it.
Other M tried to take a step back, but apparently it was a big pile of shit.
A lot of people don't like Other M, but I feel like the concept was at least going in the right direction.
I mean, just some of the... Apparently, from what I heard, some of the writing was just bad.
Yeah.
Pac-Man. I mean, Pac-Man's an icon in the industry.
My co-host over on the Mustache Gamers, Julian Andino, he really liked the Pac-Man in the Ghostly Adventures too.
I was going to cite that as a step in the wrong direction.
I don't know. He liked it.
I mean, the art style.
He really digs it. I don't know.
I mean, there was a graphic going around saying that Nintendo has treated Mega Man, Pac-Man, and Sonic better than their respective companies, and we're gonna pick up Sonic in a few.
Wouldn't
minutes.
it be great if they bought? I mean, it would be great if Nintendo used their own properties properly. But what if they bought those 3 series and like actually treated them with some respect? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Then again, Pac-Man's kind of an outdated concept too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Although I did love the Championship Edition games.
Yes,
Pac-Man is the game that hasn't aged well. They've tried to evolve it in ways where it probably shouldn't have gone.
Pix the Cat is the new Pac-Man.
Championship Edition DX. I think that was Namco riding the ship right there. Ghostly Adventures, that looks like shit.
Hey, I'm with you, but Julian says it's a good game. I don't know, man.
Okay. And Rock Band? How did this one wind up on the list?
Like somebody was trolling you. I don't know who it could have been.
Yeah, I mean, they just up and stop making DLC and then coming up with these shitty games like Dance Central and Amplitude and Fantasia. Seriously, there's no way this is going on my list. I love Rock Band. I'm glad it's coming back. It needed the time off. And regardless of what I just said, Harmonix is making a lot of good games. I'm really looking forward to Amplitude. Dance Central is good. Fantasia was my game of the year.
I liked Fantasia a lot. That's a really fun game.
I mean, I couldn't get too many people who actually played it, let alone liked it. I mean,
it's a little too hand-holdy with its tutorial when it starts off. But after you get into it, it's really fun.
It was a beautiful game.
The issue I had was whenever I tried to show it off to other people, they would always be like, "Oh, this is really stupid. Why are you playing this?" And like, I can't really argue because it does look stupid because you're just flapping your hands around, like trying to conduct stuff. But, I mean, it's really fun to play.
Like Harmonix took a step back to the days of Frequency and Amplitude, games that were awesome but wouldn't sell.
Yeah, pretty much. Plus, it had a Flaming Lips song in it. It had a very good song there. So props.
Yoshimi and the Pig Grove versus the Pig Grove.
Battle.
Well, that was also in Rock Band 3.
Oh, I never owned Rock Band 3. I was kind of out of the game.
Dude, it was on sale last week.
I don't know.
Sonic.
Sonic's a mess. I mean,
new number 1.
Sonic should be on my list, but I don't care enough about Sonic to put it there. But like, if I was being like for real, Sonic's probably the most like mismanaged out of all of these because they had a genuine hit throughout the 16-bit era, and then just pooped it all out. It all started going wrong with Sonic Adventure. It just got worse and worse. It's bad when like Sonic Adventure is like the good.
You know what? I'm not even gonna say Sonic. I'm not even gonna say it started to go downhill before they left the Genesis.
Yeah.
I mean, 3D Blast.
Yeah, that's bad.
I mean, and actually, 3 and Knuckles weren't terrible, but 2 was better.
I like Knuckles. 2 is probably my favorite.
2 is definitely my favorite.
I know some people say Sonic CD is really good, but
I never really got into Sonic CD. I didn't have a Sega CD.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
This makes me cry. I love the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, and this is number 1 on my list for sure because they just Activision was putting out one a year, and then
another franchise Activision ran into the ground.
Yeah, it's a trend. It's starting to feel like. But
in a few years, we'd probably be talking about Skylanders.
Yeah, they kept selling less and less, and then they tried to reinvent them by making.
And of course, it didn't help that they reassigned Neversoft to Guitar Hero.
Yeah, and it's just a whole mess with that. And then those
rest in peace, Neversoft.
And then even the HD remake they did of the best of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD, even that felt off.
And apparently, I'm not sure if it's been officially announced or just rumored that they're doing another one. That they're bringing it back.
5. I can get down with that. If they bring this back properly, maybe 2015, Activision is just going to right their wrongs. We'll get a new Crash. We'll get a new Guitar Hero. New Tony Hawk. Let's do Activision.
Yeah. And finally, and I am going to get a lot of hate for this.
I already hate you over this.
Zelda.
Zelda? What's wrong with Zelda?
It shit in the bed when it moved to the N64.
Yeah.
I mean, Link to the Past was an awesome game, and Ocarina of Time,
pretty awesome, I'd say.
Overrated piece of crap.
Oh, those are fighting words. No, I mean, I can understand why people have issues with the 3D games. I've actually always...
I mean, I almost put Mario in the same respect, but at least Mario came out with between the 3D World, 3D Land games, and the new Super Mario Brothers games. At least that's something for the old school, but... in my opinion, they just totally abandoned what I liked about Zelda. They abandoned a game style that I really liked. It just didn't translate. And, I mean, at least they didn't abandon it entirely. I mean, the Oracle games on Game Boy Color were awesome.
Yeah, have you enjoyed the handheld ones, like the DS ones, maybe?
I didn't care for not Spirit Tracks. I didn't play that. The one before that, Phantom Hourglass. I didn't care for Phantom Hourglass. I just couldn't get into it, and I totally skipped Spirit Tracks as a result. But A Link Between Worlds was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Former Game of the Year 2013.
Yeah, that's right on, man.
But yeah, and of course this whole new Zelda game that got delayed to next year, I don't give a shit. Okay, and I had some stuff time permitting, including some stay of the show stuff. I think I'm just gonna call it here. So anyway, actually, let's talk about our final top 5s. Actually, why don't you talk yours? Because I still need to find a place for Zelda.
All right. I'll go from 5 to 1. Number 5, Amiibo. This has been a mess from the get-go, and Nintendo somehow keeps getting it worse. Number 4, Burnout. Where are you, Burnout? We miss you.
Wherefore art thou, Burnout?
we really liked you, and then you just disappeared. You left town one day, and then you haven't returned our phone calls. That's not very nice, Burnout. Number 3, Dragon Quest. Just bring the games over. They're still making good Dragon Quest games, and you just don't bring them over. What are you doing, Square Enix? Number 2, Ace Attorney. Just give me that Ace Attorney Investigations 2. I'm begging you. I hope they do Ace Attorney Trilogy 2 and have Apollo Justice and 2 Investigations games. Yeah. That's my last hope. And then number 1, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Please be good. Number 5, and thank you, Caterer, for leaking that.
My list, honorable or dishonorable mentions: Final Fantasy and Burnout. Number 5, Zelda. Number 4, Amiibo. Number 3, Guitar Hero. And I just feel like this new one is kind of, well, it's removing the last of the harmonicsness of Guitar Hero. Number 2, Dragon Quest. And number 1, Sonic.
Good list.
Yeah. Okay, so housekeeping. hbombandfriends.libsyn.com. Facebook.com/hbombandfriends. And Twitch.tv/hbombandfriends. Subscribe and review on iTunes and Stitcher. Twitter's I am USFHbomb. The show is Hbomb Friends. Tyler is at Tyler Treese.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter.
One word, TYLERTREESE.
Yeah.
So yeah, send all your pro Zelda hate mail to hate tweets to at USFHbomb. Not like anybody is listening.
And send us sexy tweets to at Tyler Trees.
Friend of podcast shoutouts, of course, Mustache Gamers.
Yeah, you can check that out. Radpalace.com is where it's hosted, so you can check it out there.
Rad Palace. Our sister podcast, Podcast 64. We may or may not be doing a show this week. I don't know yet. Game Enthuse, Fantastic Neighborhood, Irrational Passions, Retro Fudging Podcast, if Frank is still doing that. DMGIce.com, Retro Dick Radio, Gamecocks, ReclamationBrewing.com. Hey, they're outside of Pittsburgh.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's in your neck of the woods.
Just have some brews.
Mm-hmm. They're making progress. I think they're going to be open by this summer. I'm not going to swear to it. You know, I would love to be able to do a fan event up there. I need some fans first.
You just want an excuse to drink, Harold.
I'm not much of a drinker, Tyler.
Sure.
And especially not much of a beer guy, but I just want to throw a party for all my gamer friends out there.
Yeah. Let's do it. The H-Bomb's on.
Yeah, like anybody would show up.
Manver would. Matt Manver. He'll come.
Matt Keast, yeah. I don't know. That's still a good ways from Michigan. But yeah, Generation 16. Apparently Seward is making some progress on the new episode. I hope it's out soon. Jonathan Mann. I think it's youtube.com/songadayman. He does some good stuff. I believe he's currently in Toronto. Or at least he has been the past couple days. But I really like his stuff. And the whole Song a Day stuff is pretty cool.
Can I give a shout out to something real quick?
Shout away.
All right. Check out, go to NintendoWorldReport.com on Friday. Me and my buddy John, we're doing a new series there on their YouTube channel It's called eShop Miners, and we're going to take a look at some of the worst games on the Nintendo Wii U eShop. And the first episode comes out this Friday, so check that out.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Tyler.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you to anybody who came to watch us in the chat, which I thought I saw 3 at one point, but right now it's just me.
Thank you to the sexy, sexy listeners.
You're really playing up the 69 thing, aren't you?
Well, I have to. You had me on because it was 69. You said, this is sexy, and I got to make it sexy.
Okay, so everything is fine. Okay, titles. The Milestone. You know what? Why don't you read these?
All right, what am I reading?
The titles. It says rejected titles. I just had to change that from the last.
I didn't see the. Okay, I didn't. I missed out on the. I thought the last thing on the document was everything is fine, but there's a whole nother page.
Yeah.
What titles are we using?
Why don't you read them and we'll discuss it?
Okay. The Milestone. I bring the sex. I bring the sexy. Fredo's me, 21 cents. Ouya land. Whelmed. I kinda give a shit. Night Trap Hero. I think that's a good one. The FMV Future. Sexy Pirates. All about the booty. Wherefore art thou burnout?
Okay, and if you
Like
if you don't remember, we do 2 titles. One is in the form of Hbomb and
I think I like Hbomb and Night Trap Hero.
I was gonna say and the Milestone, but yeah, I think Night Trap Hero. I'd go for that.
And the other 2 I really like. I really like Wherefore Art Thou Burnout. I thought that was pretty funny. And then I think All About the Sexy Pirates, All About the Beauty is pretty good too.
So yeah.
Avril Lavigne girlfriend Mandarin. Oh god.
Yeah. Burnout, Sexy Pirates. I'm kind of thinking Fred owes me 21 cents, or
that's a good one too.
Or I kind of give a shit.
There's a lot of good quotes from this episode.
I bring the sexy. Which, if we use that one, you have to say it since you originally said it. So, I bring the sexy pirates, or Wherefore Art Thou Burnout?
Oh, they're all pretty great.
How about Sexy Pirates?
Alright.
And I think you have to say 1 and 3. I'll do 2.
Okay. You're listening to Hbomb Friends, episode 69.
Hbomb and Night Trap Hero.
Or Sexy Pirates, all about the booty.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome.
It's always a blast.
Do you know what I should use as an intro?
One of the other versions of Avril Lavigne Girlfriend. There's like German, Italian.
We'll just go with the English version, maybe.
There's a great. I love it. I love it. This is awesome.
You know, this could be a running gag. I could be using the girlfriend for the next 7-8 episodes.
Yeah, there you go. You're good.
That's the new Hbomb Friends theme song right there.
Hey, you. I don't like your girlfriend.
Okay. Let me go ahead and stop the broadcast.